Hi there, everybody. Jennifer Angel. This is my monthly report for March. Wow, there's a lot going on this month, so let's get straight into it, okay? Now, this report also is on my blog on jenniferangel.com and also as my podcast audio. So, whatever way you want to listen to it is great. All right. So what an interesting time this is in the astrological chart. There's so much going on right now, so much that it really is a game changer in many ways with the movement of what's coming up. So, I mean, first of all, the first week of March, the communication planet Mercury will connect with Saturn. And Saturn is still, for the moment, for the next week, in freedom-loving sign of Aquarius, okay? But it's more than that, as the energy helps to just open up the cosmic airways to have discussions. That's what Mercury does. And because it's Saturn, then those discussions can be somewhat serious conversations, and some of them are perhaps well overdue. So it's going to allow you to just clear the air, let go, let live, and just get on with it without having regrets. Okay, so this last part about no regrets is really important, because with the energy of the Virgo full moon on the 7th, then this can make us feel like we haven't really tried hard enough. Okay, so you want to do whatever you need to do that you're comfortable with your decision. You've done enough, and it's like, okay, that's it. Whatever comes of it, or the result, is just up to the gods now. All right. And at the same time, the highest love vibratory connection of planets, Venus and Jupiter, which is my absolute favorite connection all year, okay, they're going to connect Venus and Jupiter, and in the sign of Aries. So there's a lot going on around Aries this month, because we're heading into the Aries birthday. So just as this is happening, as this is like one of the best love connections of the year, but as Jupiter is in Aries, it's incredibly passionate. That's what the Aries energy is. It likes, you get that electric connection. You can meet somebody, you get almost like that love at first sight type of connections, which can blindside you, but it totally rocks your world. I don't know if you've had that before, but I've had that a couple of times in my life, and it's pretty amazing. And then later in the month at the new moon, which will also be in Aries, so the sun and the moon will connect, and that's going to indicate new beginnings. Okay, so she could very well mean a new love for some of you, and for those who are already in a relationship, this gives you a chance to like spice it up a little, or a lot. And some of you could be actually shifting your relationship to the next stage. So we love that. So be mindful that the new moon in Aries, the Aries energy likes to keep things exciting. They love the chase. So, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit mysterious. Hold back a few details. You don't have to tell somebody every single thing, like keep the anticipation going, and, make a bit of a game of it, just to keep the energy exciting and heightened. And that's what that Aries energy helps, not just for Aries, but helps us all sort of tune into. Now, Saturn, the planet of business, stability, and caution, it's going to make us move to the freedom-loving sign, or from the freedom-loving sign of Aquarius into the more sensitive and intuitive sign of Pisces. This is going to happen on the 7th. So we only have another week. So it's been in Aquarius for some time. All right, so let's have a look at this, because these are opposite energies. Saturn likes to get down to business, get things locked down. It's more logical energy, and it just thrives on making lists and lists and plans of action, okay? Likes to be more cautious and do the research, get everything in place before that energy helps us, feel that we can agree or comfortable enough to agree or disagree with something. On the other hand, the Pisces energy prefers to go with the flow. I don't know if you know any Pisces, but, you know, if you ask a Pisces, you know, like, what are you doing next week? And they'll say, well, I don't know, when I know, you'll know. You know, so they really do like to go with the flow. And they're just, you know, beautiful, sensitive people to be around. So, you know, the whole Pisces energy sort of helps us just check in with our intuition. Do we feel inspired? If we do, go ahead. If we don't, then maybe not. Okay, so the Pisces energy just wants to, you know, see how they feel in the moment, you know, and in that case, they live in the moment. I think we all can sort of learn a lot, you know, from that. The other thing about Saturn in Pisces is that, you know, let's think about this. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So you want to sort of get the sort of, just think through, what are the things that you don't want to take into the next cycle in a couple of years' time? Like, what are the things you want to get closure on? What are the things that you keep doing the same thing and you keep getting the same result, and you're at the point where enough, something has to change? This is the vibrating energy that really helps you do that. Okay, but you know, you have to work at it. You have to make a conscious effort. And you know, I've worked with a number of neuroscientists over the years. I'm working with John Assaraf at the moment. I love his work so much that I decided to go on and have been accepted as an affiliate. So if you're on my newsletter, you'll be seeing some wonderful things that he has to offer. Okay. All right, so let's delve into this a little bit deeper. How do these two energies of Saturn and Pisces work together? So firstly, yes, you can be sure that some of it is going to provide a great deal of frustration, okay? And so, but on the other hand, they do work perfectly together. Like, they bring the balance of logic and intuition together. So, and especially as Pisces is a dual sign, that helps them work together as well. So what do I mean by dual sign? There's 3 dual signs of the zodiac, Pisces being one of them. When you look at the symbol with the fishies, they like 2 fishes. One swims one way, which is highly analytical. The other swims the other way, which is indicative of a highly intuitive. So in that sense, it just helps us go a little bit deeper into the energies. And when we do that and we check within rather than looking for the answers outside, which Saturn wants us to do, but the Pisces energy is so strong, if we go in, then we can uncover where we're stuck and get inspired to actually change that. And this is a lot of the work that I do in my consultations, you know, whether you want to just have one session or a weekly or recurring monthly session. That work, you know, along with the life coaching and business coaching, with the astrological and intuitive content, just works. Okay. All right. So planet Venus, the love goddess of romance, while she's still in Aries, and Aries being ruled by Mars, and Mars in Gemini, putting all this together, Mars being the warrior of passion, these two connecting in a sextile, which is a softer planetary aspect, which traditionally provides opportunities, opens the door. Doesn't necessarily land it on your doorstep, but opens the door for you to walk through. Okay, so, and particularly you know, with Mars, you have to take action. Okay, so so there's a lot going on this month that encourages you to connect with people, and for some that'll mean connecting with you on a romantic level. So how lovely is that? All right, now moving on, communication planet Mercury is going to make his move from Pisces into Aries as well, which will provide the energy to be candidly honest with someone, because the communication planet likes to sort of, talk and discuss, and Aries is impulsive. So so to move forward, in the best ways here, you want to do a little bit of planning, get a plan set, because that position in Aries is a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs like to set plans. They like to initiate and move forward with action. Okay. But you want to also make sure that you have some flexibility in your planning as well. And that comes through a lot this month, to make a plan, but to keep it flexibility. Excuse me. So, and whether it's personal or professional, you don't want to lock it in too much. Give yourself permission to get organized so you're not blindsided by anything, but have a little wiggle room. I love that word, wiggle room. I don't think I've ever heard that in Australia. I've only heard it since I've been living in US. So, and when you have that little bit of wiggle room and you get inspired about something, and that inspiration comes through from the Pisces energy, then it's quite amazing and somewhat magical. So in this case, once again, you don't want to lock in too tightly so you can't take advantage of what could be an absolute amazing opportunity that can literally just land at your feet or on your desk for you to then take action to make it happen. All right. Okay, now mid-month, Venus will make her move from passionate Aries into Taurus. Taurus is one of the signs she rules, the other one being Libra. So Venus is very, very comfortable in this position in Taurus. And also Taurus is the sign that likes to settle down and, likes to make things permanent. So once again, there's a lot of love, longevity, and love connections sort of coming through there as well. And another big, significant, and game-changing move this month is with planet Pluto. If you've been following astrology, I'm sure you've been watching this and tuning into what's happening there. So Pluto is a planet of courage and transformation, and it's the planet that uncovers secrets. Okay, so it will make a move from Capricorn, which it's been sitting in for about 16 years, to in Aquarius, where it'll stay for the next 20 years. All right, so for now, Pluto is just going to take up residence in Aquarius for about 3 months before it will retreat in its retrograde transit back to Capricorn, and then re-entering Aquarius during mid-January 2024. So this is a very, very interesting placement, because Pluto likes to get down deep to uncover anything that's not as it should be. So it can reveal any sort of shenanigans that's going on, not just in your life, but on a world stage. So whether it's business, professional, whether it relates to your personal life, it's, so first of all, the Pluto energy is going to shine a light on anything that's hidden. So, or in other words, being hidden, by purpose, in other words. But the beauty of Pluto's energy, one of the things I love about it is it's very courageous. It's like, take a deep breath, feel the fear, and just move through it. Okay. And so, in that sense, it's a fabulous vibratory energy that can be truly enlightening and amazingly transformational time if you embrace it. All right. And particularly, this year and going into next year, as Pluto will be at that's called a critical degree, that 29 degree or 0 degree, and that signifies intensity. So, and it's going to be at that, as it's going backwards and forwards, at that sort of critically intensified degree as it's moving into Aquarius, where it will just sit right for a 20-year stay. Okay, that's a long time. And let's not forget that Aquarians are the humanitarians. So if something is not working right, and more sort of not just, as I said, in your personal life, but globally, if there's any sort of secrets, then that's likely to come out. And the Aquarius energy will get out and protest, because the Aquarian energy likes to look after anyone or anything that's not right and not being looked after, and badly done by. If I don't think that's proper grammar, but hopefully you know what I mean. Okay, so it's it's a leveling for sure. And we'll talk more about that as the year goes on, and of course into next year. So how do you survive this changeover period? You want to avoid pointing the finger of blame, and instead look within, rather than sweeping things under the rug and keeping secrets. Their secrets are sort of destined to be revealed. They have a habit of doing that. Okay, so in this sense, it can prove to be a challenging challenging road to travel for some. All right. But if you hold on tight, and mainly if you be authentic within yourself, then you can come out transformed on the other end. But the journey, depending on how tightly you want to hold on, and how much you want to look outside of yourself rather than within, then the journey can be a little rocky. Okay, but you can make your way to smoother waters by dealing with things past, present, future as they come up, making wise decision based on both logic and intuition, and and doing a sense of right and wrong. I mean, I know right and wrong is different for everybody, but a sense of what you feel is truly right and wrong for you and your life. Okay, and then of course commit to taking action. Okay, all right, so there's a lot of fabulous planetary connections this month. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but some are inspiring, some are challenging, and others are supportive. So you want to check out my weekly blogs and weekly YouTube videos, and some of the shorts, and that'll sort of tell you in more detail what's going on each week. Okay, so for now, I'm going to close the monthly report with a few last things that are happening in the last part of the month. So there's a connection taking place right at the end of the month as Mercury and Jupiter connect in an astral conjunction, and once again, same degree, same sign in Aries. Quick thinking opportunities can literally cross your path now, so you want to pay attention. Okay, because anything that happens with that Aries energy, it's like if you don't grab it, it's like gone. It's sort of like a bit of a short attention span there. Because it's impulsive energy. It's fabulous opportunity may come around, so you want to take advantage of it. And we get back to making a plan, but keeping your schedule somewhat flexible as well. So there's another sort of layer. I mean, I find in a chart you sort of get layers and layers that support each other. There it is again. So next, after that, Venus and Uranus will be in an astral conjunction as well. I love these two together, but they can be very unpredictable, although exciting. Okay, because Uranus is in a Taurus, which Venus rules, and therefore very comfortable. This planetary interaction alone, without anything else going on, can be life-changing. A surprising event can just change everything, and in an instant. So yes, once again, get your plan together, but keep the flexibility. And this month will conclude with a trine astral interaction between Mars, which is in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. So the trine aspect is like an easy passage. So the path of least resistance opens. These two energies are also opposite. Mars is impulsive, Saturn is cautious. You know, you get those two together and they sort of like, one wants to, you know, it's like driving forward with the handbrake on, you know. But you know, as the opposites do, they do, you know, work very well together. And Mars, as Mars moves into Cancer, so Cancer is ruled by the moon, and you know, so that can also make it a little reactive because of the changeability of the moon rulership there. But the trine with Saturn now in Pisces does help to settle the energy somewhat. And the best way to use this energy, as it's in water signs, is to simply breathe. Just stop. And as John Astor says, take 6, like, before you do or say anything. And don't allow anyone to force your hand, you know, unless you absolutely have to. Take as much time as is available to you, as much time as you need to ensure that you make the decisions in life that feel right for you. Okay, so I hope that you have a great March. I want to thank you all for reading my reports, listening to my videos, and supporting my work. You know, I lost a lot of my following because I just got a little burnt out with the videos. I'm doing them for 10 years with about 100 videos a month. But I've now made a commitment to be consistent. And I'd love it if you could just pass my work on to others. And I love astrology, and I hope you enjoy the reports. If you enjoyed this report, then you know, please go ahead and support me by subscribing and passing my work on. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you again real soon. Bye for now.